I am excited for now. Well, 2 days are technically launched, but I won't be able to play it until next weekend. Um, wasn't. I prefer a Shanghai only server. Alright. Oh, well, we're literally lost. I haven't played this game in way too long, so I kind of don't remember what the fuck I was doing. I haven't played this game in actually more than a month. I'm gonna die because that, yep, fantastic. Yeah, 500 kills with every weapon. That's what we were going for, and we're working on like the MX4, the Saiga, the shotguns, or as I like to call them, blip guns. Give me a second, let me do some options. Sharing broadcasting settings. Come on. Audio sharing settings, turn that off. Oh yeah, I was using my CZ75. Why would you go for E instantly? That's so stupid. Oh well. It's work of it, I suppose. Here we go. It knows. It knows. Oh yeah, you're gonna do that, huh? Well, I say fuck you to that. I'm out, bitch. Now he's just gonna go on this dock, isn't he? For unlucky. He's not going through here. Yeah, we got lucky. Let's move towards Delta. Because, you know. Oh, Delta's taken. Yeah. Charlie. Stay close here. Give me a second. Hey, Yuna. How are you doing? Hey, Vince. How are you doing, buddy? You sound quiet as fuck. Every fucking time you get back on PlayStation, you sound quiet as fuck. It's not my mic, because my mic hasn't changed. Oh well. Oh well. I'll deal with it. It's not like I can't hear you, it's just sometimes I have to strain. Whatevers. How are you doing? That's nice to hear. There's just nothing to do. What? What? It was bound to happen someday. Kinda makes sense to be adding it with the whole, like, military theme they've been going with. I wouldn't... Well, because stealing it requires wanted level and stuff. That and just... Yeah, you can customize it with flares and stuff. The regular laser doesn't have that, remember? No, you can't. No, it's just a Pegasus vehicle. Well, the exact same reason why you would buy a goddamn Hydra, because... Well, it's... Yeah, true. That doesn't change the fact that people want a laser without having to go through a billion fucking steps and making it overcomplicated. Because Hydra is actually worse. It's slower. I know they both have the same type of equipment, and yeah, the Hydra can hover, but the laser is just faster and smaller. The speed actually does make a difference in outflying homing rockets. Especially because you don't have flares on the Hydra, do you? They didn't add that in the whole plane deals. They didn't add flares or EMC to the laser or Hydra, right? Fair enough. Yeah, no, so that's the whole difference. Why? You know, I'm talking to my buddy, but he doesn't like his voice shared, so sadly enough, it's a one-way conversation. Oh well. We're just talking about GTA stuff anyway. Nothing interesting. Oh, and I'm sorry, but Rockstar being lazy? Didn't see that one coming. Dude, they don't even fucking make single-player DLC anymore, and they fucking go to microtransactions route. Is there anything else that screams lazy more than that? Oh, well. But even then, it still has to go for Congress. Which you can't do anything against. Yeah. And only 2 of them are for it. I know, that's why I'm saying, like, two of them are for net neutrality because they fucking understand the whole thing. But even then, like, first it has to go through the FCC, then it has to go through Senate, and then it has to go through Congress, right? Which we can't do anything at the first 2 We just have to wait. Oh, is it? Oh, well, isn't it like... It has to go through the FCC first, and then it has to go through another middle step. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it, thank you. And then it's basically where you can call your councils and do something. The same thing happened with SOPA, PIPA, and whatever the fuck it was 2 years ago. Say bye to gaming. God knows. Especially with... Yeah, probably is. Aww. No, Yuna is freezing. His room is like 5 degrees Celsius. That's cold as fuck. Dude, my room is about the same temperature. I don't have a heater on in my room, and so he doesn't either. I believe so, anyway. We don't all have the luxury of having a goddamn heater in our room. Yeah, I suppose I could take like one of those little ones, but they're just... I burn myself on those, like, all the time. Because I'm clumsy, Vince. You should know this by now. You've known me for like almost 3 years. Vince to a fucking... Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'm gonna say anymore. There's no point in insulting you because there's no fucking point in life. I'm overworked. Yeah, well, kind of being forced to talk to barely anyone lately because I've been so fucking busy / sick. We'll do that to someone. Like this, had my exam on Monday, then came down with the fucking flu on Tuesday, and I've just been very slowly recovering, because guess what? Flu ain't gonna stop me from having to study. Because I have math tomorrow. Not exam, just lessons, but it's about stuff I just don't fucking get, because, like, I'm never gonna use this ever. Why the fuck do I need to learn this? I finally cleaned my PS4 today. It's still loud as fuck, but it runs better, it loads quicker. And it's less loud, actually. I mean, it's a stable one. It doesn't go like... It just goes steady... Just good. Yes, that was me making PS4 noises. Fucking deal with it. Also, poop shot. No, poop shot. I shot a tank in its butt. And blew it up. And got a kill. Yes, I'm playing Battlefield 4 because I haven't played this game in forever, and God, I've missed it. And this game is great. Nice. It's Ubisoft. They don't have a fucking middle ground. It's Ubisoft. They don't have a middle ground. It's a... And put it in a character. That's Ubisoft for you. There's no middle ground with Ubisoft. It's either they make a really good game, or they make a really shitty game. I mean, God, I don't fucking know why, but Siege is still gaining new players. Well, I do understand why. It's because it's basically a newer, shinier coat on CSGO. And with actual class systems. The new operators are actually really interesting. And they might get me to buy the game again. Because they actually fixed a lot. Like, you know how you, as a defender, or as an attacker, if you like looked in a room, it was nothing but pitch black? Yeah, they fixed the lighting. Only took them 2 years. They fixed the lighting. They finally took away the ACOG scope on the SMG-11, although I think you were there when they did that, because it was like... That came out like the Hibana DLC. Maybe Season 2 is almost over. But hey, Season 2 is... Yeah, they took it off, so he can't spawn snipe anymore. Thank God for that. Yeah. On console, it's pretty much positive. Nope. If I do buy it, I'm gonna wait until Year 3 comes out, and then I'll buy the Year 3 bundle with the Season Pass. Either that or the Complete Edition, one of those two. Why the fuck are you this weird? Yep. It's less fucking dangerous than the chemicals some fucking gas bombs use these days. Yeah. Say for example you're in the desert and you have like, say hypothetically, US attacks ISIS and it's like, I don't fucking know, Gobi Desert for some fucking reason. I'm just spitting out random things here. They'd be well in their mind to just napalm the fuck out of them. It's less dangerous than it's less dangerous than a nuke. It's literally just fancy fucking fire. If you're gonna, but I do agree with you. Like it's like, yeah, but then when you actually start thinking, I was like, nah, it's not really that bad. It's not even it's not even the fact that they're not effective, and yeah, the range of combat is shifted, especially with high-powered rifles like the Barrett fucking 50 cal. What you gonna do against a guy with 50 cal? And a flamethrower is really effective at like what, 25-ish meters max? That's if we're pushing it. Plus, don't forget the giant fucking gas cans you're strapping to your back that can, you know, that were actually very unstable. And you still was running with it, and it would just, like, yeah. So they basically want to avoid what happened in Black Ops 2. Smash it for you. Fuck it, seeing as nothing bad's going on, do you mind if I share your voice so they get like both sides of the convo? Okay. Make sure it's on your end as well. Okay. Say hi to the stream, Vince. Say hi to Yuna.
I've now graced the stream with my sexy voice.
Sorry, still a bit sick.
Fuck you.
You love me. What? What?
Oh god.
Admit it, you've missed this. You've missed this banter between us. Fuck you.
What was I talking about?
UN and killer robots and Russia.
Oh yeah, angry Russian killer robots.
Is that what we're calling them now? Angry Russian killer robots? Okay. Speaking of vodka, I had the dumbest ID ever, and I brought it to Avant, and we might actually do it.
What?
I go over to his place, and we play a drinking game while I'm streaming World War II. Something like, oh, every time I scream or get really, really angry, we have to drink.
Cody, no, you will die. That's like all you do in that game. You will die. Don't
Actually,
do it.
no, I don't. I have great times when I play War. It's whenever I do the other shitty default modes that I start raging. And hey, I've already done shotguns and snipers. They're the most difficult part. Oh, fuck! I still have to do snipers on Battlefield 4. I'm doing the MX4 right now. Yeah, I basically still do like, oh, you can only use these weapons with this class, but I stopped doing them chronologically because fuck that shit.
Leviathan raid every time you get mad, take a shot.
Uh,
Every time the game bugs, take 2.
well, the Leviathan raid didn't bug that much.
The Callus fight bugged pretty bad.
The Callus fight bugged, but like the other fights didn't really bug all that much. I mean, fucking Dogs was surprisingly stable. Speaking of which,
Shut up! You lie.
The fucking
I've
the
had
first.
the dogs run into the spawn room, not the spawn room, the safe room.
Oh, hi, Crota.
Several times.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, basically, I've had that happen several times. I've had them like sprint.
I am looking
wildly
forward to next week, but I am worried.
Worried about what?
Okay. Curse of Osiris is going to be 8 missions long. 2 of those missions are also going to be repurposed for strikes. They basically have 8 missions to reintroduce the Vex properly through 2 new players. To give homage to Osiris, who's been a character we've known about for 3+ years and has this massive amount of lore around him, which I'm looking forward to most, because you know I'm a lore guy. And 3, explain the Vex master plan, which we have been waiting for 3 years, which all they needed for was this burst light. Oh, by the way, I debated this with Fresco, and I want to debate it with you. You know that final cutscene of the game where you see the Traveler's Light hit like all those different places?
Yeah.
Have you noticed it doesn't hit every place? It doesn't hit Venus and it doesn't hit the moon.
Well,
It only
why would it show that though?
Because here's the thing.
Just kind of assume.
Okay, yeah, I know it is hit, but the fact that they don't show it. Remember what Luke Smith said, anything not related to Destiny 2 is important even like now. So I'm thinking a kind of Crota lead into Oryx or Advanced Signal lead into Gaul situation. It showed Mercury. We're going to Mercury next. It showed Mars. We know that the Clovis Bray Corporation on Mars made the War Mines. DLC 2 is the War Mines. It showed the Dreadnought. This is the one I'm confused the most about. Mercury makes sense because of Cyrus. Mars makes sense because of Clovis Bray and War Mines. Even the Reef makes sense because the brother is still alive and the Queen is presumed alive. But why the Dreadnought? Why the Dreadnought?
We'll just rehash the Taken into something else.
No, because the Taken we already know the Taken are being controlled by somebody
Or
else.
maybe there'd end up being a war like over the Dreadnought to try and turn it back into that super weapon we saw.
That might be cool. That might be cool. Okay, but what have we seen in Destiny 2 that kind of was just like, eh? We have that new fallen house, the House of Dusk.
That's like not even slightly explained.
No, all we know is that they put up House Judgment banners, but why? So there's a huge question mark about that, but I think the Fallen might be involved in the Warmind DLC. We got the Taken...
we know why they're putting up House of Judgment banners. I mean,
to...
when you scan the first one, definitely
Yeah, to scare them away or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
why?
Like, to call them out for working with the enemy or some shit.
I don't know. Okay, so... I've looked at screenshots of Hive design. Have you noticed, by the way, that Crota's Hive and Oryx's Hive look very similar because they're father and son, obviously, right? But the Hive that we've been fighting on Titan are completely different. That's why, again, it makes me to lead into,
well, we already know that it's, I mean, hell, we literally have a strike about
Savathun.
a Shrieker that Savathun's looking through.
Yeah. So, but...
I should get back into Destiny.
It's, they're gonna fix a lot of stuff. The one thing, Bf, who's a huge lore guy, said this, and I kind of agree with him. They need to find the middle ground of what they had in Destiny 1 and what we have now in Destiny 2. Because Destiny 1 was too grindy, Destiny 2 is just literally you're done within like 2 to 3 days. So they need to find that middle ground. And I agree with that. So, but yeah, it's just finding that middle ground. At least, hey, legendary weapons will be, you know, cool. I still don't understand why they don't fucking reintroduce random stat weapons, but then again, then you have the problem where you either get a really good weapon or it's completely worthless. Here, like,
Yeah,
when you get a weapon...
I guess the idea is that they don't want you to get a weapon, be like, oh fuck yeah, I finally got this gun. Wait, it's terrible.
Or to have a god roll that nothing can ever compete with and create problems like Thorn, Red Death, Ayas Luna.
Plus, it opens a whole new realm of like tacticality. Like for example, in
True.
like say you're doing Osiris, you're like, okay, that guy's using Uriel's gift. It does this, 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 and this.
Yeah, you know what is what. One thing as well. Apparently, if you have voice commands, you can tell Ghost to save this loadout as your raid loadout or Crucible loadout, and you can literally go, Ghost, load in my Crucible loadout, and it will just load in that loadout without having to do it manually.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's not going to be for the December updates. So on December 5th, we're getting some updates. December 12th, we're getting some updates, and then in the new year. But hey, at least Bungie acknowledges that something's wrong. And they're not like EA where, oh yeah, no, we think our loot box practice was perfectly fine and we're just going to reintroduce it at a later date. Fuck you all.
I mean, EA will end up having a player base until they reintroduce it at that rate.
The thing is, right?
I mean, that's what happened with For Honor. For Honor didn't have a player base for like months after its launch because what Ubisoft was doing with it. And they actually had to fix it.
So, like, for example... the CEO of EA, my mind just went blank there, said like, oh, we're gonna look into it and we will probably change it. The CFO, however, literally said, no, we don't think we did anything wrong and we're just gonna reintroduce it. Here's the thing, he justifies putting progression behind loot boxes because they don't want to mess with canon. They don't want a white or a pink Darth Vader running around. And I'm just like, somebody actually hacked into the game coding and found a customization option where you have different...
Darth Vader?
No. They have different legions for the clone troops. You have the 1212, the 501st, Coruscant Guard, the 40th.
If I remember rightly, I told you about that. Yeah.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell me anything about Battlefront 2, honestly.
No,
I was...
pictures,
No, you didn't.
Pictures of like clone trooper things found in the code.
No, you didn't. Let me double check.
Yes,
True
I
profile.
did.
No.
Almost positive.
No, you didn't.
No, I totally did.
No, you didn't. I have
specifically remember
nothing.
saving it just for that purpose.
Or you might have just forgotten.
But no, totally no.
Oh well. Talking about Destiny 2 has gotten me in the mood to play Destiny 2.
Same here, but I mean, I don't have the account, so.
You can go on it. I'm not on it right now.
What the fuck? Why did it put... It spawned... I called one of my planes in GTA just to fuck around with it, and it spawned it like... I don't even know what to call it. It's not sewers, but it's... What's the name of that thing? Alright, you're in the jewelry heist, and you come out the sewers, and you're driving the truck down that thing. What the fuck
Ellis Rivers.
Thing? Yeah, the Ellis River. That spawned my plane in the Ellis River.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I have to take it off from down here. And it is a seaplane, but still.
Why not just put it at Vespucci? Oh hell, even if you go... no. Oh, fuck it. Oh, fuck it. I don't. See, I want to play Battlefield 4, but there's this thing in the back of my head. It's like, if I finish gold camo as soon as possible on World War II, I don't have to play it anymore. I tried the zombies mode of World War II.
You like the game.
I like war mode.
Closeted.
No, I like...
Closeted fucking god.
No, I really am not. I like the war mode. For fuck's sake, they are like, hey, we nerfed the bar. They gave it more hip fire spread and more recoil. Bar was still overpowered. Then they went, okay, we'll nerf the bar again. They give it more recoil. I literally went into private match, fired at a wall, and all they did is add vertical recoil. When a weapon is overpowered, recoil isn't going to help. You need to change the damage profile. Because here's the thing. Even the fastest firing SMG, so basically the Vesper from Black Ops 3, that's now World War II, under the WAF 28, gets outgunned in theoretical time to kill by a BAR. If your fastest firing SMG, which is meant to only be countered by shotguns, gets outgunned by an assault rifle that can counter snipers, then you've got something wrong. Also the fact that the Kar 98K is the best shotgun in the game. Or the fact that when you put iron sights in the Kar 98K, your one hit kill hitbox is literally reduced to nothing.
Wait, did you say the Kar 98 is the best shotgun in the game?
Quite scoping. It is like, it takes... If you come up close to someone with a Kar 98K, you might as well drop your controller and just pull your pants down. And bend over backwards.
Kinky.
That's legit what happens. Also, I lost all passion for Battlefield 4. I don't like, you ever have that where you know you like a game, but you're in this stage where it's like, nah, I'm just not feeling it. And it will last a while. And it will last a while, and then
with Rising Storm right now, even though they added the Anzac forces.
Yeah, I mean, you know how much of a fan of Battlefield 4 I am.
Yeah, I mean, like Anzac's there. They got fucking the Canberra bombers. They got the Bush Rangers. They got all.
But at the moment, I'm just like in one of those moods where it's just like, yeah, no, in one of those moods where I'm like, I'll play it, but I won't play it for like hours on end like I did. I will just go. Yeah, I'll play a match or two and then I'll go back and finish whatever the fuck I need to finish.